Are you ready for the new year? That's my whole intro today.
That was good.
All right, welcome to our show. My name is Todd. I'm here with my wife and business partner, Jen.
Hello.
We're the co-owners of Hello Hair Co. and Hello Hair Pro. You're listening to the Hello Hair Pro podcast.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so we're going to talk about ping pong later on in the episode, but this episode is brought to you by our friends at Ping Pong, but we'll get there. All right, so by the time this episode drops, we'll be like 3 days from December, the final month of 2022. So today we're going to talk a little bit about entrepreneurship, a little bit about planning for the future, a little bit about goals. And we've decided to try to keep it quick. We're just going to try this format maybe through the holidays because we got stuff to do, you got stuff to do, and you don't want to listen to us ramble for an hour every Monday or whenever you listen. So I want to start off with a quote that I saw the other day. It's no matter how brilliant your mind or strategy, if you're playing a solo game, you will always lose out to a team. And that was said by Reid Hoffman, who, if you're unfamiliar, is a co-founder of LinkedIn. He's also an author. I think I read he has a podcast. Pretty knowledgeable dude. And I don't think we're gonna get in. We're gonna have an episode probably in the new year. I don't know. Maybe we'll drop it in December. I don't know. I don't know when it's gonna happen. Who
knows?
Yeah, and I don't really care right now. It's the holidays. Fuck it. But we're gonna talk because I think there's a rush in this industry to get on your own as fast as possible. And I think for some people, that's great. And I think for a lot of people, I don't think. All right, let me back up because I'm trying to say I think less because these are some facts. Ready? Mm-hmm. A lot of people believe that getting, on your own or becoming independent is the final step. And I disagree. I don't think it needs to be the final step for a big chunk of the population.
Yeah, I would agree.
I also would argue that a lot of people are being misled, misguided, and misinformed.
I would agree there too.
And so we're going to dive into that stuff, but I want to really give it a good look and have some math ready and things like that.
Yeah,
but
I think a lot of people get there too, and it's an eye-opener as to actually what it takes to be successful and to to run a business in a sense.
Right. I don't have any problem with independent. I think it's cool. I just think when people's sole focus is on it, and I think the information that people are I'm still saying I think. I don't think. I know that the information that a lot of people are getting is just inaccurate. I saw something the other day and it sparked this rage, and it was like, you keep 100% of your money. And I know we've talked about it on the show, but I keep seeing it all over the place. And
nobody keeps 100% of their money unless you're wicked illegal.
No, you do.
And then, you're going to get caught.
Yeah. So before that, though, I want to talk today. I want people to think a little deeper about entrepreneurship. And most people, including entrepreneurs, I don't think, again,
I would just keep moving on through it.
Don't recognize that they're influencing small parts of the economy and that can add up. There's a lot of talk about the economy. Are we in a recession? Are we headed towards a recession? I'm not an economist. I'm not going to sit here and guess, but look around. That's all I'll have to say. And as a small business owner, you have an impact on your local economy. If you think about it, you're collecting a portion of money from your local community, right? People come in to your hair salon or barbershop or whatever, and they give you money. And then you get to decide where that money goes.
Right.
I don't think people realize the impact that has. You decide. So entrepreneurship it's important. It's small business, running a small business. It's important. It's a bridge. It gives you a voice, and I believe it gives you responsibility. So when you decide, for example, what's an easy example here? Distributors. When you decide what distributor to work with or distributors, are you just going to, I'm familiar with these products and this place sells it, or are you aligning with a company that carries a similar vision of yours?
Right. Did you actually think about that?
Our distributors, we'll shout them out. We can do that, right? We can do whatever we want. So we work with Sullivan Beauty. We were invited on a tour, and they fucking won us over. Their vision.
Yeah, we had met with a bunch of different distributors too. It wasn't.
No, and they have their vision on the wall. They gave us a tour. They talked about the
There are some
vision
really
of,
cool people, and they have huge hearts.
yes. So they want to help other people succeed, which is a really big part of what we do.
With integrity.
Yes, with integrity, not
Yeah.
with lies and deceit.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 ominous music. Cue ominous music. So I just want people to think about that. And if you are a small business owner, where are you putting your money? Are you putting it in places you want to see succeed? Or do you not care? You're just trying to get products.
Or have you not thought about that?
Yeah, if you haven't, that's fine.
Every time you spend money, wherever it is, you're making a choice to support that business or that product. Think about that.
Yes. All right. So here's just a thought I have. If you're trying to launch something new, because I think we get to the new year, we get to the new year and we're like, what can we do new? What can we do new? And we talk about it a lot. You should constantly be innovating and trying new things or exploring thoughts and discovering things. But if you're trying to launch a new service or a class or whatever, it doesn't really matter. You got to remember that people don't like new things. They like new versions of old things.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can build that, you'll have more success.
Agreed.
And if you're like, why is Todd just rambling about random stuff? Because these are random end of the year thoughts
That everybody has.
that I want to share.
Yeah.
And it's my show, so get off me. But anyways, if you build that, so if you show something, or if you show people that what you offer is familiar, and that's going to kind of win them over, and then go from there. Like, what are they familiar with that you can build on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do you make it?
Put your spin on it.
Yes. How do you make it yours? How do you brand it?
And I think a lot of people out there, especially with the influence of social media, you see these people, what looks like they're doing all these things. They're running their classes. They're offering this. You can do that too. Take that, run with it, because obviously if everyone's doing something similar, but put your own spin on it, put your own version on it, and make it unique to yourself. Offer a tidbit of information that maybe someone else isn't, because that's what worked for you when you were learning.
Yeah, I saw someone, I think this kind of goes with that thought. I saw someone the other day that was not calling out, but they were like, be careful of who you try to emulate, who you try to follow. So for example, if you're trying to be a hair influencer, you have to realize that those people have like 7 side jobs so that they can afford to not work.
Right.
Does that even make sense? Not really, but you know what I mean? Like you only see what they post on Instagram. So you think, oh, they just travel around to hair shows.
Yeah, I want to do that too. You have no idea about the other stuff that they have to do.
They have to do to either
to get there.
Excuse me, either support their family or to pay their mortgage or whatever. Yeah. You know, that's not going to get paid by flying around to hair shows.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe there's top people in the world that make a living off of just flying around.
Imagine.
I don't know any.
But also you'd have to want to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of the people that I know with larger followings on, you know, Instagram and social platforms that I meet they're all behind the chair still. They're not just posting shit on Instagram and being rich, you know, like it.
Right. They have a strong foundation in all different directions.
Right. And I think there's this illusion that if I get famous on Instagram, I'll be rich or whatever, or I'll be all set. I don't have to do anything. It's like the people trying to win every award.
Once you get to the different level.
And I'm not knocking it. I'm going to cut you off because I don't want people to be like, I like trying to win those. Yeah, it's cool. Do it. Yeah. But I don't know what it does necessarily for your career.
I think in anything you do, once you get to that next level that you've been trying to achieve, your world is open to possibilities, yes. But then you're like, whoa, I still have so much work to do to keep this up. Like just because you arrive at that moment doesn't mean it's over and you can just chillax and go sit at the beach in Hawaii. Like you now have to work to maintain that and keep going. It's never stopping.
Yeah. Yeah, everything you do is going to be work.
I think I find when I speak with people that it's like, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to do this, whether it's open your own salon or I guess go out on your own, whatever. And like, that's what's going to fulfill me. And then you get there and the letdown starts in of like, well, now what's next? Well, now what do I do? And now, wow, I have a lot of work and nobody's clapping for me. And you're like, holy crap, how do I get that feeling again? And so now you're on to the next thing. What's next? It's a constant battle on that one.
True stories. So I had seen someone on, I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram, that was like, here is my rules for business. Stuff breaks and you fix it. And then they wrote it again like 3 times. So stuff breaks, you fix it. Stuff breaks, you fix it forever and ever. And that's rules of business. And that really is kind of true because...
It's like the hamster in the cage.
Yeah, sometimes it feels that way.
Yeah.
Because you're not progressing. If you are somebody that gets stuck solving the same problem over and over again, you're not solving the problem. You're probably using a Band-Aid. That would be a good episode we can dive into at some point. Let's talk about pricing real quick.
Let's.
Shall we? So if you haven't raised your prices in a while, as in like within the last year, you should be planning to do that.
And by planning, meaning probably today or tomorrow.
Okay, so 2 things. One, I'm going to give you a strategy, and it's me being sarcastic. So you can grab a pen and paper, but you probably will remember. But before you do that, what did you just say?
Probably start today or tomorrow.
Okay,
Don't
so
wait.
yes, don't wait until...
The new year.
The new year, when everyone's like tightening up.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be on the 1st of the month. It doesn't. We just did a price increase at our salon and it just happened on like a Wednesday. Like it didn't.
Yeah, because we made the decision. Why would you wait?
Yeah, we made the decision and then it took me a couple of days to implement it into the system. And then it was like, here you are, guys. This is your new price structure. This is what you got to do.
So here's. Go ahead. No, you go.
I was recently in a salon and teaching, and this one, she's an independent stylist. Like, how do you raise your prices? Should I just raise them by $3 or should I do it by 1%? Now, I think to each their own.
Well, is the haircut $10?
I was just.
We can do it by we can do $3. Yeah.
I generally say percents are a smart play, but I think it's, I guess, up to you how you want to do it. Everyone has their own strategy, and if you're not sure how to do it, you probably should reach out to a business mentor to help strategically figure out what's the best way for you to raise your prices so they make sense.
I have no idea who you're talking about, but if you're just throwing $3 out because it sounds like a fun number, or it's your favorite number or something, that's not a strategy.
No, not at all.
That's not a game plan. That's just a random.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of people I see are like, raise your haircut by $5. Why?
You don't even know what my current haircut is. So
correct.
It doesn't. Yeah.
So if your haircut is $100 or over and you raise it by $5, you're wasting your time. But if your haircut's $10 and you raise it by $5, you might have some people leave.
Right.
It just depends.
Yeah.
Like those are 2 drastically different scenarios. But go on.
Well, that was really my main point.
All right.
I think you should raise your prices sooner than later. I would not wait to the new year. I wouldn't even wait to the 1st of the month. I just think there's a point where you just raise it and then you choose to either implement it that day, or what you do is the next time they rebook, you now rebook them at the new price. You decide when it starts. Exactly. And then you just tell them. It doesn't have to be coming soon. You don't have to have a thing. You can just be like, hey, we're rebooking your haircut in 6 weeks. My new haircut price will be this. I got a promotion. Boom, done.
Also, has everyone noticed that gas prices have increased? Yes.
Everything.
Was it on the 1st of a month or a Monday?
No, it just goes up.
Did Exxon call you to walk you through their price increase?
They should have.
No, they shouldn't have, because I don't think the public needs.
I'm kidding.
What I'm. So am I. Jeez. I don't think the public needs those like mini microeconomic lessons. Mini micro. Anyways.
You're becoming me.
No other companies do this.
Right. Well, that's why I think it's good to. So I always say give permission, because some people are like, well, I don't know, how do I do this?
You do
at my
it.
last place, this is how they did it. Well, you're not at your last place, so how do you want to do it? What is, if you work at a salon, what is their plan? If you work on your own, what do you want your plan to be? And then every time you change something, you roll it out the same way. I am giving you permission to do an increase in your prices, hopefully in a strategic manner, and implement it today or tomorrow. And whether you decide to start charging that right away, go right ahead. Or if you're like, next time you come in, this is what it's going to be. Either one works. It's really wherever you feel the most comfortable, but keep it consistent.
I don't like to surprise people. So I'm always like, hey, just so you know, next time you come in, the price will be this. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's that. And then stop talking. That's Jen's famous. Shut up.
Yeah, don't explain it. No one needs to know your why. Nobody probably even really cares. I'm sorry, but they don't.
And everyone already expects it.
Yeah.
When you go to the grocery store, and we heard this on the radio earlier, they were talking about the price of eggs.
Yeah.
They were talking about Subway's footlong is no longer $5.
Dang it.
But those companies did not reach out. They did not post on their Instagram that they were doing a price increase, and they've tried so hard to hold off. Why? Yeah. If you're trying to hold off on a price increase, you don't understand business.
Yeah.
the very,
Everything
very
that
basics
you're purchasing
of
has
business.
gone up.
Right.
So you're losing money.
Yes. So you're going to lose money. Then you're going to increase your prices. By the time you increase them, you maybe are breaking even again.
Right.
There's no profit.
Mm-hmm.
You have to raise your prices. It's the only way to have a business that succeeds, a successful business.
Correct.
And if you don't, you don't have a business. I mean, you might, but not for long.
Right.
Or you pay for it through other means. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal. Here's my plan to help you raise your prices. Step 1, you make the decision to raise them. We just did that for you. You're all set. Mind control Mondays. Just kidding. Step 2, you make Step 2, make the decision on how much to raise them. Again, if you need help, reach out. If you don't, then figure it out and go for it. Step 3, you execute. So whatever that looks like for you. At our salon, it's, hey, Jim, I got a promotion. Just so you know, next time you come in, it'll be X.
Mm-hmm. Stop talking.
Mm-hmm. And then step 4, done. You're done. You've
Pat
raised your
yourself on
prices.
the back. Give yourself a high five.
Yeah, go grab a drink with a friend. Go celebrate. Whatever. All right. This is great. We're flying right through. Nice quick episodes for the holiday season. Let's chat about goals, shall we?
Let's.
All right. You have to constantly be thinking as a business owner, or as anyone, really, is this moving me toward my goal? Yes or no? It should be that simple. And it's only possible if you deeply understand your goals and what they are.
And that they're obtainable.
Yeah. If you don't understand your goals or you don't have goals written out somewhere, go do that. You have to start with the goal before you understand what your day-to-day actions will look like, especially as a business owner. Where's your business going? What is the vision? Who does it serve? Who are you trying to attract? What's the mission? And how are you going to execute those things? What are your core principles? Weird. But if you lay that stuff out, you should be, a few steps closer. It's not always easy. I'm not saying that, but it should be relatively simple to understand what you have to do, not always how to do it or how to go about it. That's where maybe some mentoring might help you get through some of the struggles. But if you don't know, like even a mentor, if you don't know what you're after, how would a mentor, they can't decide that for you.
Right.
There's no possible way. You're the main character in your story. So
and you have to define that and know what that is.
Exactly. All right. So we had Thanksgiving, right? So holiday meals. During holiday meals, it's common to have leftovers. You talked about this today at lunch. So
okay.
Do you have leftover goals?
I was like, where are we going with this?
This was your idea,
yeah,
man.
I know. I like that. That was a good little intro.
So we're heading into 2023. We're going to be heading into the winter. Have you attained your goals for 2022? Yes or no? It should be simple.
Yeah, I think it's important to realize, and self-reflect is not always easy, but it's really important and should be standard issue in your life. And the goals that you set for 2022 that you did not achieve, or the plans that you made that you didn't meet, you have to really consciously and truthfully ask yourself why. Were they set too high? Did you know you weren't going to achieve many, but you're like, I'm going to throw these in the universe and it's just going to happen. Like, I'm going to win the lottery, but I'm never going to play. Like, literally, if you made these goals and you knew they weren't going to work, then why? And if you made them and they seemed realistic and you didn't meet them, why? Like, you have to ask yourself that. I don't know what your goals were. I have no idea, but whatever they are, why didn't you get there? Or why is that box not checked when we're closing down the year and we have a few weeks left? And then what's in store for 2023? So once you reflect on what you did get to in 2022 or what you didn't get to, then I think you need to reevaluate what does your next year look like. And maybe you break that down quarterly. I tend to like a quarterly sort of look at that. And maybe there is a goal in 2022 you didn't meet, but you do feel like it's something obtainable in 2023. And then maybe you make out a quarter goal for each part of the year. So next year, a year from now, when our podcast comes out and we're talking about what goals, you can be like, oh my gosh, I actually did everything I set out to do because I set them in mini goals. One big one with no plan gets you nowhere. It's going to fall flat. And we all have energy on January 1st to get going, but by January 10th, a lot of times most people are already falling flat on their face. So if you have mini goals in between the big goal to get you there, that's how you're going to be successful. The other thing I really think is important is to start where you are. Like, where are you? Not where everyone else is, not what you see on social media, not the person you aspire to be. I think that's wonderful. But truly, where are you at in your story? And then how do you goal set from that? There was my rant.
So if you're looking at someone that they're successful in whatever areas you want to be successful in. So, whatever. You need to look at what you're saying, Jen, is you need to look at what were they doing when they were at your stage, not what they're doing now.
Correct.
Because, and I mention this to people all the time, but you'll see like the 6 morning habits of a billionaire. That's cute, but unless you're a billionaire, don't do that stuff.
Yeah, what were their habits prior to becoming a billionaire?
What were their habits when they were at wherever you're at in your journey, right? I also think that if you are reevaluating your goals or you're struggling with goals, you've got to use the SMART goal system. I've used it at my gym. It's a corporate thing. It works. That's how you lay out goals and just break them down from there. What else you got?
What is the SMART goal system?
The SMART goal system. So specific.
That's what I got. I'm like,
yeah.
Do tell.
So SMART, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Anyways, it's a specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound.
Okay.
So you need a specific goal. So your goal shouldn't be like get clients, right? That's not specific.
Okay.
Measurable, you need a way to track it. How do
Right.
you know it's working or not? Attainable, it's got to be something that could happen. I could say I want to have 1 million clients. You don't have time to service 1 million clients. It's not attainable. Relevant, it should be something in your industry, in your field.
And then what's your time?
That wouldn't. And then time bound, yes.
Okay,
time bound is like, can I do this in, I want to accomplish this by Q3 of 2023
Gotcha.
or by the end of 2020. I'm going to give myself 1 year, 1 calendar year or whatever, right? Some goals might be a month out, a few weeks out.
Right.
It's just what you're dealing with.
That's cool.
Wherever you're at. I like it. I feel like that was a lot of little tidbits there.
Yeah.
Are we feeling good?
I feel great.
All right, me too. So I'm going to tell you about Ping Pong real quick. This episode is brought to you by Ping Pong Design and Marketing.
Pong.
If you want to love your website or you're looking for more clients to fill your business, reach out to Chris and the Ping Pong team. They're offering our audience a special discount. So visit the show notes, talk to Chris and learn more, and you will be one step closer to your goals of get clients. They do a great job though for us and for, I think, everyone else they work with. I don't know. I don't talk to their clients, but anyways, I guess that's it, right? Let's wrap it up. I love it. Nice.
Enjoy the holidays.
Yes.
Find time for yourself, your family, and take a breather.
Yeah, don't worry about getting on our email list.
But you might want to.
Bye.
Have a great day.